Out here in Land O'Lakes at the new Deerbrook neighborhood by D.R. Horton. This is a smaller D.R. Horton neighborhood, just one builder, about 500 homes. And this is gonna be perfect for some of you. Stick around to see why. We've talked about new construction booming in the Tampa area quite a bit. And it is booming in a lot of areas on the outskirts of the greater Tampa area. But you get these little pockets inside a little bit, and you have these really unique neighborhoods. We've talked about Victoria Lakes in the past, that neighborhood just outside of West Chase. Now this one's in Land O'Lakes, but the bigger neighborhoods are being built further out from here. Now, there's pros and cons to that. We'll kind of get into that with this video, but this neighborhood, I think, is perfect for some of you for a couple very specific reasons. We're gonna go into the size, the location, the future development of this area, the prices of the houses, and the size of the houses. It's just a really unique kind of bang for your buck. So here we go. Okay, starting with where we are on the map, you can see this is the Deerbrook neighborhood by D.R. Horton, right kind of in the middle of Land O'Lakes. In Land O'Lakes, you have this outer edge, the Veterans Expressway, which divides Land O'Lakes and Odessa, Newport Richey. Then on the other side, you have Highway 41 that goes north and south, that goes way down into Tampa. Then it kind of melds into Wesley Chapel over there. These towns are kind of like vertical, they're not square. But Land O'Lakes, around 40,000 people, has a lot of potential. It's really charming in some kind of unassuming ways. I was actually talking to a reporter from homes.com the other day. They reach out because of the channel sometimes and want to get kind of my take on an area. They were asking about Land O'Lakes, and one of the things I shared was kind of the mix of old and new is really unique in Land O'Lakes. Now the suburbs all around it kind of meld into each other. You easily go from one to the other. You're not just stuck in your one little suburb, but you have a lot of old Florida, you have a lot of new Florida, which I think is really an interesting thing. When it comes to infrastructure around this area, they just built a new Dayspring Academy just down the road from here. You can see it right there. Across the street from that is an Advent Health facility. And then they're connecting just up by the Connerton neighborhood. You can see where they're building this road that goes all the way over to the Veterans Expressway. Right now you have to go up to Highway 52 or down to Highway 54 to get over to the Veterans. This connection across the middle of Land O'Lakes, just south of the new Angeline neighborhood, is a big deal. And along with this connection to the highway, you also get that connection to Angeline and everything they're building over there. The big Moffitt Cancer Research Facility being built there, and the potential town square that will be there around the neighborhood's lagoon. So, you know, residents will have access to that lagoon with their HOA, but it'll be open to the public as well. You can buy memberships, and they're gonna build kind of like a town center over there where there'll be some apartments, there'll be some shopping, there'll be some entertainment, and some jobs, which is great for this area. As this area is kind of transitioning from being like a bedroom community to being a place where people can really do all three, live, work, and play. And that transition takes a long time. A lot of these neighborhoods and towns, all these outer suburbs, have been bedroom communities for Tampa for so long. And right now they still kind of are. But we're in the midst of this transition right now where that's changing a bit. So D.R. Horton built a pretty simple house, but they build it pretty well. They're a production builder. They're building kind of one after the next through here. And you can't choose options, but they do have sizes for a price that other places don't have unless you go way further out. So I was here with some clients last weekend, and we were looking at the Hayden model. It's about 2,500 square feet, priced at $440, 2-story. And the thing that made it so valuable to them was that it had a primary downstairs and a primary upstairs. Now the one downstairs, it wasn't super big, but having a bedroom with an ensuite bathroom downstairs for their grandparents that were gonna come live with them was a big deal to them. There are quite a few models in here that have that additional space. The Camden is one that people really like for the mother-in-law suite, but that's like a full mother-in-law suite. That's like an apartment. The Holden and the Hayden have that a little bit different, where it's not like, the Camden has like counters and stuff in the mother-in-law suite. It's a full like rentable unit, or, you know, multi-generational kind of plan, and people like it because of that. But there's a lot of other options too. The most expensive house in this neighborhood is like $550. So a lot of them have preserve view. They're brand new construction. They're in an area where you have easy access to a lot of stuff as well. Another thing that always comes up with new construction, and I bring it up, you guys ask, is the HOA and the CDD. So right over here, we'll go by this. They're building the clubhouse, little tiny clubhouse with a pool. Nice size pool, but not much of a amenities. The HOA is only $27 a month here, but the CDD is gonna be around $3,000 a year. That's also dependent on how big your lot is. It goes up and down a little bit based on how big your lot is. So if you're getting the biggest lots available, you're gonna have the most expensive CDD in here. They wrapped a lot of the fees into the CDD instead of the HOA. It's just, they kind of picked this balance that they wanna achieve and they did it that way. And this neighborhood, Deerbrook, is not on a main road. It's off of Highway 41. You pull off, kind of go back into the woods a little bit. It's in a really nice pocket. There's a lot of preserve around the houses, behind and on the edges of the neighborhood. And at 500 homes, this is just not that big of a neighborhood. I really like that size. Okay, so who is this neighborhood perfect for? And we discover that whenever you call, so call, text, or email anytime. We'll hop on a Zoom call and just process your situation. The people that we started recommending this neighborhood to, they had hard budgets. They wanted to stay under 500,000, but they still needed some size, and they wanted new construction for the incentives. And this neighborhood has amazing incentives. A lot of neighborhoods do right now. A lot of them are pushing a promotional interest rate that you don't have to pay extra for. You're not like buying down, you're not using their incentives to buy the rate down, they're just offering a promotional rate until March, which is pretty cool. Here, they're also offering additional incentives on top of that to help cover your closing costs. So if you can get your rate down to the low 5s, high 4s, and have other cash incentives to cover your closing costs, honestly, it's a really good deal. If you want new construction, if you're thinking about budget in that way, if you're really trying to capture those incentives. And the other ticker is commuting. This is a pretty nice spot to commute from. It just is. You can go down 41, you can get over to Veterans, especially in the future, you'll be able to get over to Veterans even easier. Depending on where you're working, this is a nice spot to be. As one of those kind of older bedroom communities in the area, it continues to function that way in a lot of ways, but then just the future development of these areas. They're gonna continue to grow. New jobs are coming in with all of this infrastructure as well. All right, now we're gonna go check out some of the model houses. I wanna show you the features that our clients tend to really love. As I'm heading over here, just wanna remind you, we have a new construction guide that we built just for you guys. It's down in the description. You can download that, get tons of info about the process, about kind of choosing the right builder and area and those kind of things. Super valuable. And also we have a webinar we run every other week. The webinar is a great place to get any questions answered, and we just dive into the process quite a bit more. Dive into what it looks like to work with our team. The webinar is super fun for me. It's just, it lets me be even more candid than I am here on the channel. So I hope to see you guys there. You can sign up for that in the description. Okay, starting here with the Holden, we're just gonna check out two houses really quick. So this one's 3,300 square feet, priced around $550. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, plus an office. So the office is not included in those bedrooms. And what I love about this is the huge loft. Let's go see it. Okay, something I was wrong about. Downstairs bedroom, not attached bathroom, but there is a bathroom right out here in the hallway. I like that in this model that the stairs aren't right there when you walk in. They're tucked back in here into the main area a bit more. Super open, nice open hallway as you come in. This model is really cool. Let's check out the loft though. Okay, for clients coming from places with basements, this is kind of the basement equivalent in Florida. We're not gonna have basements here, but a nice big loft makes a difference. And then this primary upstairs is huge, huge walk-in closet. And here in the primary, you have this little seating area over here you could use for all kinds of stuff. Little seating area, TV area. You could put an office over here if you need a second office. And then they've been doing this thing lately where there's another exit out of the closet to the laundry room. I like that feature a lot. Okay, leaving the primary behind here, we come back into the loft. Got a nice little closet out here. And then 2 bedrooms with a bathroom in between them. These are nice big bedrooms as well. Nice views out of the back. Now, not every house is obviously the model. They're gonna make it fancy, but a lot of potential for preserved views behind you, neighbor to neighbor kind of setup. Bathroom for these bedrooms. And then down here is the bigger of the bedrooms up here. This model just has, specifically the Holden has big bedrooms. It's really cool. Okay, the reason someone would really want this Holden by D.R. Horton in Deerbrook is bang for your buck. That's the biggest advantage to this house in this neighborhood. 3,300 square feet, spaced out like this for $550. Brand new construction. You can get promo rates reduced right now. You have additional incentives on top of that. That is why this is one of the best deals in the Tampa Bay area right now. But we're not done. We're gonna check out another one of the houses. We're gonna go a little smaller because a lot of our clients reach out. They're maybe their first time home buyers. They're looking to get in on some of these incentives, and this is a great way to do it. All right, now we're gonna go into Alex 2, 1,500 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single story here. Pretty simple house. We've definitely sold a bunch of this model specifically. Typically, you know, single people, first-time buyers, this is a really attractive model because you can get it down in the 300s. Right when you come in, you have garage and laundry over here, HVAC, a little tiny dining room space, but for the size of the house, it can work just fine. The kitchen is pretty good size for the size of the house. You have a lot of space. It's kind of a more modern approach. It's open, it's not real closed off. You can see right out of the back, the slider, you have the primary bedroom back here at the back. And again, just like the Holden, this Alex 2 is a lot of bang for your buck. You get 3 bedrooms, you get new construction, you get, you know, promo rates right now, you get all these other incentives. And I like these ones that are not all the way out on the edges. I think they're just gonna appreciate a little sooner. The bang for the buck is a big deal with this neighborhood, with this builder, with these models. But I also think these neighborhoods that are not so far out are just gonna appreciate a little bit faster. They're gonna finish building this neighborhood pretty soon. Like, it's not gonna take that long. These other neighborhoods that are building, you know, 4,000 homes or things like that, it's gonna take, you know, 10 years before the neighborhood really feels like completely finished. Even Epperson, that's now 6 years old, it doesn't feel completely finished yet because infrastructure is still being built around it. Schools, libraries, all that kind of stuff still has to catch up all the way. A neighborhood like this where the schools are good around it, all that infrastructure is here already except for that main road to get over to Veterans, which is just north of here. Everything else around it is established, which I think makes a big difference. Okay, if you made it to the end of the video, we definitely want to hear from you, not just about these houses, but about any questions you have. So call, text, or email anytime. And don't forget to download the guide down there in the description and sign up for our next webinar. The webinars are super fun. My kids interrupt them and stuff like that happens, and we just have more genuine connection. I understand sometimes you don't have a whole list of questions or you're not ready to move quite yet. The webinar is a great spot to go to just hear other people's questions, to ask a couple of your own, and to kind of understand how the process can work when it is your time.